We're back once again, only on It's After Hours, only on Full Swap Radio. And joining me here on location, this young lady here, well, a lot of big things are happening with her. She's going to be invading AVN in 2026, January. Big things are happening as she's been branching out, shooting new stuff, working on her own clips. And as she likes to call herself, a sassy, kinky Southern MILF with a built-in fountain. I give the beautiful, the talented, the very elegant, but yet seductive. I give you Miss Behavin. So Miss Behavin, let's start off with a big question. How did a nice gal from South Carolina, land in this whole industry? And how the hell, did you decide, all right, I'm going to get naked, have sex on camera, stuff that most Americans are going, oh my God, wake me up from a nightmare. I don't want to be naked. I don't want anybody to see me naked.
No. Well, I no longer work a full-time job, and I was, if I don't have things to keep me active, then I get in trouble. So in essence, I kind of started this to keep me out of trouble, so to speak, but, and it pretty much does, to be quite honest, but, I don't know. I kind of grew up doing, little country bumpkin beauty contest in Alabama. I've always been a camera hog and an attention whore, so to speak. By the way, can I say bad words on this?
You can say whatever you want in this show. You have full control.
Okay. And so I just want to make sure before I even threw out the whore word, but I've always been like a camera whore and an attention whore, and I've always liked to be in front of the camera. The cameras always seem to kind of like my face a little bit. So I got started after I'd finished a full career of actually teaching math. So I just picked up one day. I'd had some photo shoots done for anniversary gifts for my husband. And so I just started posting them online.
So you start off and you think, okay, this will be easy. And, you're going, okay, just, hey, I'm having some fun. I'll post some clips. The next thing you know, it's like, oh, crap. I'm working more than I did when I was a teacher. What the hell is going on here?
I feel like I am. It's more it's more work than anybody ever really thinks that there is. So for anyone that says, oh, I'm just going to do OnlyFans. Oh, yeah, have fun with that, because it's not just, I'm going to just do OnlyFans. It's a lot of work. And anybody who thinks that it's not would be totally incorrect. But I kind of started it, and it's almost like once you start it, it's a little bit of addictive, because I'm very social, and this is my social outlet now that I don't work full time. And well, when I say I don't work full time, I don't get paid a full-time salary with someone else that's paying me. But anyway, we're just having fun, we and here's the thing, you really can't do this without being part of the lifestyle. And so I kind of sent my husband a message one day, while he was at work, that said, honey, I want to go somewhere where we can fuck in public. And I used to send him messages at work because I never was sure how he was going to react. So I thought, well, at least he'll be at work if he gets angry. And luckily he didn't get angry. And I told him about this place I'd found online in Jamaica. And next thing you know is, as soon as he got home, we booked 2 trips. And now we own a condo at Secret's Hideaway in Kissimmee, and it's kind of blossomed from there. I started it 2 years ago thinking, oh, it'll last a couple of months, and 2 months of a couple of months have turned into a couple of years, and we're having fun. And so I figure that we will stop doing it, or I will stop doing it when it's no longer fun. And right now I'm having lots of fun.
The running joke is you're not a content creator. You're a content creator / director / lighting expert / makeup artist / social media manager /
it is
town coordinator. Like, how much do you sit there at times and you're doing your stuff? It's like you spend more time behind the scenes setting everything up before you
Absolutely.
do the actual sex part.
Oh, it absolutely. And lining up and scheduling collab opportunities and trips and where you're going to go and when you're going to go and who you're going to be with and things like that. That is probably 75% of the job, besides, and then there's editing and all these other things. And, for those that think you can just buy a circle light and look great in it, you can't. I mean, unless you just have a phenomenal body already, we always have those imperfections that we want to try to fix and everything. But it's a whole lot of, I'm even considering repainting the walls in some of my rooms because they don't photograph well.
So who helps with all this? Like, how much does a husband help in terms of like, okay, you all of a sudden you outsource, like, hey, babe, you're in charge of lighting. Babe, you're in charge of, making sure my calendar is up to date. Hey, babe, you're in charge of, hey, work of a camera so that it don't get, like it gets knocked off, or if
Yeah.
camera 2's not working, camera 3's looking up at the ceiling.
He is 100% the photographer, the equipment guy. He shoots scenes with me as well. He's all of that. I am the everything else. I set up all of my collabs. I do all of my scheduling. I do all of my editing. I do all of my posting. I do all of my messaging. I know some people use alternative methods for those things, but I'm just a redneck, down to earth country girl, and I don't know how to fake it very well, and then that includes orgasms. And I don't want someone else to be representing me other than me in a conversation with someone. So I do all of that. It's every bit me, and lining up the testing and things like that, and things. A lot of times, I would say at least 50% of the shoots that you line up to do, for whatever reason, fall through.
What's more easier? What's more fun for you, working with girls or working with guys? Because you're a decent sized woman. So I'm guessing if for working with girls, you can be the aggressor, you can be submissive, you get to like play around. Where if it's the guy, it's sort of tough finding somebody, under 5'7" and dominating them. It's like, okay, the
Right.
optics don't look, to like,
Well, first of all, I mainly only film with women or couples, if there's a male involved. If there is intercourse, it's with my husband, and other things I'll participate in with guys, but it's mainly women. I really, and here's the other thing. Before I started this, I had never been with a woman either. And so there's a whole big learning curve on women. Man, we have lots of buttons, and you never know if you're doing it right. It's, and so no one would, I don't think, ever call me the submissive, ever. I'm a pretty dominant person as far as my personality is concerned, but I wouldn't say I'm the aggressor, but I wouldn't say I'm not the aggressor either. But I can tell you that when I'm with another woman that's more aggressive than I am, I love it. Oh my God, I love it.
So to the your husband only part, or
Hmm.
couples, but only the guy can only like a slick and play around.
Right.
Whose decision was that, and how tough is that in terms of you? At the end of the day, you're looking, going, "Oh, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table," because that Naughty Miracle is probably going to be calling you, Braz is going to be calling you, Score will definitely call you, and their feeling is, no, 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 boy girl pays more. We will hire you, but we like to do boy girl. And I
Yeah.
get it, because of you and your husband love each other, and you don't want to
Hmm.
share everything just yet. It's like, no, I
Right.
gotta leave money on the
Well,
table.
uh, at the beginning of the day, at the middle of the day, at the end of the day, my marriage comes first and foremost, above and beyond anything else besides, my family, my boys. Um, and so I don't do any of this for money at all. I might do it to have an excuse to buy extra shoes, but I don't do it for money. So, I hear a lot of women say, well, girl doesn't sell. Well, okay, then that's fine. And does that mean you're not going to shoot with me? Or, or what does that mean? And, a lot of times I don't get to line up shoots because they don't want to shoot girl only. And that's okay. I'm totally fine with that. Uh, I'm at a point in my life where I've had my career, I'm just having fun and buying shoes and traveling and having fun with my husband. And, we weren't in the lifestyle when we started this. And I, the only way we got into the lifestyle is I'm really more of an exhibitionist. Not a swinger, so to speak, or a lifestyler, so to speak. Really more of an exhibitionist, and I love to be watched. And it's been a whole evolution for us, actually, sexually as well, because I am a major extrovert, but I can honestly say, and my husband would tell you this as well, that he's not. He is on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to that. And it's been a little of take a few steps forward, maybe take a step back, take a few more, because every step of the way, our boundaries kind of change a little bit. Because at first, I didn't play with women. Even I didn't. We would go to these resorts or these clubs or whatever, and we still didn't, have any kind of interaction with, sexually speaking, with others. But now we do, and we do it in different ways, but doing content creation allows me to explore things that I probably never would have. And in the end, it has really brought us a lot closer. Our communication has improved tenfold. I could have never dreamed that doing all of this would have impacted our marriage in that way, but I'm thankful to say that it has. And we don't make a decision to do anything without discussing it thoroughly. And, for me, sometimes I have very short attention span, and sometimes we discuss things too much, for my attention span, but I'm thankful that we do. And we wouldn't have gotten as close as we are, and we wouldn't have advanced as far in this as we have had it been otherwise. So it's all about communication for us.
Last topic on this, the last question on this topic: how much is of a decision? Everything, I know you mentioned, of course, the husband. How much of it is also just you are a Southern woman?
Yes.
Who,
Oh,
yeah, who it's they talk, there is talk, and you're supposed to be a lady, and ladies don't have down and dirty sex on camera, and publish it. If it's with a girl, all of a sudden, hey, it's artistic. If it's with a guy, it's porn. So how much goes into where all of a sudden, let's say if if your son's friends find out, or if neighbors find out, you can go, hey,
well,
when in Rome, I'm just, it's just with women. I'm discovering my artistic side.
well, there's varying degrees of how much everybody in my life knows. And um and you're right, there is a stigma, especially, I don't know if it's just with Southern women, it's just with women, period, and that we're not supposed to enjoy sex as much as guys, or we're not supposed to talk as dirty as guys do. And oh my God, I wish I could just totally blow those stereotypes out of the water, because um, I grew up with nothing but males in my household, pretty much, except for my mom. And I only know how to be blatantly just out there, and blatantly just what you see is what you get. And I don't sugarcoat things, and I'm a cusser, and I've always had this little bit of a hoe inside of me. But it's just not until now that I've really fully allowed it to just kind of get out. And, even my husband says, he's like, she was always in there. And he's right. She was. And I was always a sexual person growing up, even though I wasn't supposed to be. And we all went to church on Sunday and said we were good little girls, but we weren't. but who in this world ever said that being erotic and being sexy and passionate and a filthy hoe was a bad thing? It's not just a male's world when it comes to this. And I'm a little surprised sometimes when I talk dirty to a guy on a video call or in sexting or something, and they're a little taken aback by how forward I am in my discussions. but that's part of who I am. And if I have to hold back or restrain myself from saying what I really think, I don't do a very good job of it. It's obvious by the look on my face, or it just comes out. I just feel like it oozes out my pores, no matter what it is. And the second I stop trying to be that person is when it'll be obvious in every aspect of my life. So I just don't.
You have a Sex Panther, you have an OnlyFans, you have a free OnlyFans, you got a mini-vids, fansly, loyal fans, you have a Twitter, Instagram, a Lua, you have a Amazon wish list. How do you keep it still to be fun rather than a job? Because that's always when you start going like, time you get out, because this is no longer fun. This is a job.
Yeah, and there are days that I kind of feel like, it's taken up more of my time than it already does take up more time than I ever expected it to. But there's some pieces of my personality that it feeds that, helps me try to balance that out a little bit. I do spend a lot of time doing it, but I don't have kids at home to raise. I don't have a career to go to outside of this anymore. And, my life is all about, okay, where are we going to go next and what we're going to do next? And where can I fuck in public kind of thing. So when it starts interfering with those things, then, we'll definitely take a step back. And, there's times that my husband and I have conversations where, he helps keep me in check. And I realize that it's taken over too much more my life, but he's also very understanding and realizing that this is also part of who I am. And what I need to be doing for my personality. Because if he tried to keep up all the socialness that I need, that'd be a whole lot of work on his part. And luckily, I have to say, he does, I'd probably say 99.9% of the chores in the house. So that's a godsend.
I know the last 2 months have probably been chaotic due to hurricanes, elections. All of a sudden, there's collabs are sort of, put on the wayside or got canceled because, hey, we have no power where we are. Oh, yeah, our house is no longer there. Oh, yeah, the Airbnb is no longer there. How big is it the next 2 months where it's December coming up? Then you have January and AVN, XBiz, and you can go. And for you, it's like, all right, I can take a West Coast trip. I can start going to AVN. I can do some content trades, and I can meet with all the people on the West Coast who I have not gotten to work with yet.
Right. And, the one thing is we try to base some of our trips around where our adult children live. And which is, I'm totally on the East Coast. They are not. They're west of us significantly. So we do try to plan trips around family time, although they have no idea. Well, the older one does. They really don't know that we're planning other activities. Everybody thinks that your parents are fuddy-dudds and they're not out having any fun. we can, if they only knew. And I make jokes sometimes about when I'm gone and what the boys are going to find when they go through the house and stuff, and people are like, oh my goodness, are you afraid that they'd find this, that, the other? Oh my God, I cannot wait to be a little fly on the wall watching them find some of my shit in the house. So we just try to plan it around those things. And I got to tell you, the past couple of months, since I want to say since August, probably through January, it has been almost nonstop. And when I think about the itinerary that we put together for over a 6-month period, I mean, I've had 3 Halloween weekends in a row of just nonstop going everywhere, costumes for everything, partying at everything, and all those things, which really weren't things I necessarily did when I was in college, even. I did to some extent, but not the extent we do now. And, it's pretty tiring. I'm purposely at a point where after AVNs and XBiz in January, we're purposely not scheduling anything for a couple of months just because, we got to rest somewhere. But then as soon as we get home, if we're home more than, I would say, 2 weeks, oh my God, it's like, okay, where can we go? What can we do? Who can we go see? Who can we collab with here? It's kind of a curse not to be able to sit still, but as you age, you better keep on moving. And because there'll come a day when you can't. And I'm just at that point in my life where I don't want to slow down.
So who do you want to work with? I mean, because as we're coming up here, your AVN's around the corner, and I'm guessing you've already started making like a little wish list. Like, oh, hey, this person on my eye, this person on my eye, this person definitely. Who are some of the people you've lined up in the next couple of weeks, or are trying to line up in the West Coast that fans are like, oh, this is going to be some hot content?
Um, well, I do, and I've got to contact her to make sure we're still on in January. But I have some collabs set up. I have one with Angel Minx, hopefully in January, and one with Kiki, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name exactly, and I should be embarrassed at that, but Kiki Daer out in Vegas. I'm supposed to go see her. We met her at Exotica in Miami and her husband, and they were just a delightful couple. And I know she's been in the industry for years. But other than that, I don't know. I feel like I'm, this big in this spectrum. And so anyone that agrees to work with me, I'm just thankful that they say yes.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are always proud to have on the show. I give you one of the newest rising girl performers in the industry, and somebody you got to keep your eye on. I give you the Southern Belle with some kinky charm. I give you it's Miss Behavin. So Miss Behavin, once again, where can fans check you out at? Where is the OnlyFans, the many vids, loyal
I
fans,
have,
Twitter, and you're still on Instagram. They haven't kicked you off yet. We're kicking a lot of people off, but you are still there. So
I've
where can
gone
people
through
check you out at?
numerous names as far as a content creator, but Miss Behavin has been the one that stuck around for 2 years now, but because I was getting kicked off Instagram quite a bit, but I'm at 125,000 on Instagram, so I think I'm there to stay for a little bit longer anyway. But you can go to Twitter or Instagram, and in my bio, I have one main link that links to all of my other links. And every single day that I post on Twitter, you'll be seeing my main links that I work on. So you can find them there in my bio.
Misbehaving, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you can check her out. If you're on Twitter, if you're on X or Twitter, it is Miss MISS Behavin BEHAVIN XO. You can check her all over the place. Once again, digital content creators / girl performers / web mistress galore. Always on a pleasure having you on the show. When we come back, though, we got a lot more going on. Only on it is After hours only on Full Swap Radio.